Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Christy Don One, and I am back with another video. Another day, another W for the Cleveland Cavaliers. In the second round of the playoffs, it seems like there is no competition for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's simply there are no answers to the many questions that are plaguing the competition of the Cleveland Cavaliers on how to defend this squad. All right. It really doesn't matter what they do on the offensive side of things. It really doesn't matter what they do on the defensive side of things. It really doesn't matter what the coach says. It really doesn't even matter who is in attendance. Drake can be in attendance. And yet again, the Cleveland Cavaliers get another W. All right. It's like a walk in a park for the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's just that easy. All right. Now, all of these naysayers like Skip Bayless and others that have been on this campaign talking about LeBron James legacy, LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, this, that, and the third, they're going to have a hard time in the East. Me personally, I said this before the playoffs began. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers are just going to easily walk through the East. Okay, there is no competition for the East. It really doesn't matter the next opponent for LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It really doesn't matter if the Wizards end up winning that series or the Celtics winning that series. I think it's going to be a walk in the park, whoever wins that series, and ultimately have to play the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to sweep the Toronto Raptors, all right? There are a foregone conclusion, all right? There's no need to talk any further about the series between the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. We should all be moving forward, and who is going to be the next opponent for the Cleveland Cavaliers, okay? Is it going to be the Washington Wizards or the Celtics? Both of these teams are going to have major issues defending the Cleveland Cavaliers. They really don't have anyone that can keep LeBron James on an average pace, okay? LeBron James is just going to simply have his way with either of those teams, not to mention the fact the only competition that's in front of Kevin Love is Kevin Love, all right? Kevin Love can pop up and give you 30 points, can give you maybe 8 or 9 rebounds, and that's good enough for the Cleveland Cavaliers to beat either club, okay? Isaiah Thomas is going to have defensive issues with Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is going to do his thing. You know, either team is going to have a problem not only defending LeBron James, LBJ, but Kyrie Irving, okay? So now let's talk about the finals, all right? If the Cleveland Cavaliers play the way they're playing, and as long as nobody gets injured on the squad where they're going to be missing a lot of games, it really doesn't. I think the Golden State Warriors have some issues, okay, of 2 reasons, all right? And only 2 reasons, all right? Steve Kerr is not the coach of the Golden State Warriors. He is going to be out for the rest of the playoffs, including the finals, okay, because of his back injury. He has major problems with his back, okay? That's going to be a huge hole, a huge void that when you're talking about the coaching staff of the Golden State Warriors are not going to be able to fill very quickly, all right? I think that team right now, there's really no competition for the Golden State Warriors. But if they get behind, that team really needs Steve Kerr to pump them up and let them know and let them realize who they are, okay? Now, Steve Kerr is a voice of the Golden State Warriors, but also Draymond Green, okay? And Draymond Green can affect this team positively and negatively, okay? Allow a brother to explain, all right? When Draymond Green is keeping his attitude, if he's keeping his anger at a controllable level, I think he can get the Golden State Warriors to overcome any type of series when they're down. But when you get Draymond Green distracted, when you get him mad, when you get him upset, that's when the wheels start falling off of the Golden State Warriors. All right. Now, when you're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors, what works and what doesn't work, the pros, the cons. The Golden State Warriors really don't have anyone on that squad that can give LeBron James a tough matchup. Okay, they may have brothers on the squad that can defend LeBron James, but if LeBron James is believing in himself like he is doing right now, and let's pump the brakes for a little bit. LeBron James this playoff run and hopefully into the finals, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he is having a phenomenal playoff season. All right, this is stuff we haven't seen from LeBron James in a long time, even in his Miami years. All right, in the Miami years, LeBron James tried to sort of kind of deferred to Dwayne Wade. LeBron James is doing some amazing things. And for those reporters out there that's going to vote for MVP of the season, now, before I say this, I have to state this for the record. When you're talking about the MVP for the regular season, what you do, what you contribute in the playoffs, that shouldn't affect whether or not you're going to get MVP. But for those reporters out there that has a axe to grind with Russell Westbrook and they really don't want to vote for him, but James Harden is a tough sell, all right, to say, well, the reason why James Harden beat Westbrook in MVP of the regular season is because of this and because of that. You know, it's kind of split in the middle between those two players, but a lot of those reporters are going to vote for LeBron James because not only is a safe pick, but it's the lesser of two evils when you're looking at it in their viewpoint. You know, for those reporters out there that really don't like Russell Westbrook, his behavior, how he treats reporters when they're asking him questions and things of that nature, they're going to use this by saying, well, we can't vote all the way for Harden, because if we vote for Harden, we're also going to have to vote for Russell Westbrook, and they're probably going to split the MVP award together. But the reporters can say, well, one could argue that LeBron James should definitely win it, and they're not going to say it out loud, but in the back of their mind, they're going to view LeBron James' playoff season and his final season, and that's what's ultimately going to lead them to the conclusion of voting LeBron James MVP of the regular season, MVP of the finals. And to me, if he gets that, LeBron James should definitely be in the conversation when you're talking about the greatest of the greats, okay? I don't think he surpassed Michael Jordan, but he's probably in the same stratosphere. Not only in the same stratosphere, he's pretty much in the same position and in the same bus, the championship bus, the legend bus that Michael Jeffrey Jordan is in right now. So you have to give LeBron James that type of credit, okay, and nomination, okay? But going back to what's transpiring with LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, how they swept, I forgot the team that they beat. That's how bad LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers beat when they first entered the playoffs. They beat them so bad, I forgot who they beat. Okay, and I almost forgot who they're beating now that they're going to ultimately sweep, which is the Toronto Raptors. All right, but it really doesn't matter if they're the if they got the first seed, the second seed, the third seed, you would have pretty much seen the same results. And a lot of you naysayers are going to have to eat a lot of major crow in a major way. And you're going to have to recognize that LeBron James is simply the best. Excuse me. LeBron James is simply the best. And there's no, excuse me, there's no reason why not to proclaim him that, okay? Skip Bayless, you're going to have to step back a little bit and just admit this has been a long time coming for Skip Bayless. He's been pretty much on this same campaign when he was with ESPN on First Take. He really didn't give LeBron James a lot of credit. Every time LeBron James does something wrong, he magnifies that to 100-fold, and then he says, well, see, that's why LeBron James is not the best. Skip Bayless, you're going to have to eat a lot of major crow. You can't explain yourself out of this. You can't take a particular game thus far and say, well, when LeBron James struggled, that's the reason why LeBron James shouldn't get all of these kudos, okay? I remember when I was discussing this on a recent video, and a lot of my subscribers commented below talking about LeBron James is not the greatest. And I think one subscriber said, hell, he's not even better than Tim Duncan, okay? Which I replied to him, and I'm about to reply in this video. What you guys fail to realize is that Tim Duncan is the best power forward thus far. He is up there when you're talking about the NBA in general. But when you're talking about LeBron James is great too. And LeBron James is just on a different level, on a different stratosphere, okay? If you had all of these players in their prime, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, and you were starting a team, you would have to pick LeBron James, because you can build around LeBron James. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying Tim Duncan, you can't build around Tim Duncan, but you have to fit and incorporate working parts that's going to work alongside Tim Duncan. With LeBron James, you can pretty much put anything around him and they're an instant playoff contender, okay? LeBron James can play when in his prime. LeBron James can play all 5 positions with no problem. Now, he will struggle slightly a little bit as a center, but if you put LeBron James as a power forward, a small forward, a shooting guard, a point guard, LeBron James is still going to give you that work. LeBron James is still going to give you that work in that production, okay? Not to say if you put him as a center, he's not going to still do his thing. He's still going to do his thing, but it's going to be a little slighted and a little off, okay? But we have to recognize LeBron James is one of those type of players, like we looked at Kobe, like we looked at Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan, Bill Russell. They are extraordinary talent, all right, that just doesn't come every other day. This type of talent only once every full blue moon, okay? So we're going to have to give LeBron James a lot of props, okay? Now, I know a lot of people are going to listen to this video and think that I'm a LeBron James fan. I'm really not a LeBron James fan. If you ask me who was better, LeBron James or Kobe, I would give Kobe the nod. I think Kobe is a better player than LeBron James, okay? But LeBron James had the one element Kobe really didn't have and really didn't incorporate it. He tried to in his later years. LeBron James make other people better, okay? And Kobe is Kobe, okay? Kobe, when Kobe is on and you was on Kobe team, you're probably going to get a W 9 times out of 10, okay? But as far as Kobe talent making you as a talent better, nah. That wasn't Kobe's MO. That wasn't in Kobe's DNA. And that's not to say Kobe couldn't do it. It's just Kobe wasn't thinking about that at that particular time. But LeBron James simply makes other people better. A lot of people should get on their knees and thank LeBron James because LeBron James made a lot of players a lot of money and made them millionaires. Okay, so I recognize what the Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James is doing this year, and they're sweeping through their competition, and their competition really don't have any answers to the questions on how we're going to defend this team. And the Cleveland Cavaliers haven't had a bad quarter where you can look at and say, well, the reason why they're having a bad quarter is the team ain't producing. And I'm going to be frankly honest with you. What I have seen thus far, it seems like they haven't even reached their full potential. It's like they're just on cruise control and they haven't pushed this thing to see how it can really work. Okay. And I don't know if they're doing that because of the competition, or they're just, slacking it back a little bit where they have enough energy for the finals. I don't know the method to the madness with the Cleveland Cavaliers, okay? Tyronn Lue. But we haven't seen the full potential of what this team can ultimately do. And that's really scary, okay? That is really scary if you are an NBA fan, or if you root for the Golden State Warriors, or if you root for the Boston Celtics or the Wizards, okay? That's a very scary element, and it should worry a lot of people out there who root for these teams and the teams in general, okay? So we're just going to have to wait and see. I think they're going to sweep the Toronto Raptors, and whoever wins between Boston, whoever wins between the Wizards, that team is going to give the LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers, Tyronn Lue, the Cleveland Cavaliers organization, it's going to give them time to rest their legs, so to say, and sit back and relax, okay? And whoever wins out of that series, they're going to have a tall, rough time with the Cleveland Cavaliers, okay? But guys, tell me what you think out there. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Christodon1. And I am out. Oh, by the way, notification gang. All right. Hit that notification tab so you will know when my next video is being uploaded. It's your boy. I'm out.